Hey guys, welcome back to Etheria Restart. In today's video, we have a new Hyper Talk out. Now, I'm going to go through this Hyper Talk with you guys. Just keep in mind, this one does miss a lot of things, but they do put it in their tweet. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to say this, but they put it in their tweet, so I want to let you guys know about this. Following up with tomorrow's Etheria meetup featuring game director Jack, myself, and Genazad. Sean B was there as well, but they forgot about Sean B. Sorry, Sean B. Yeah, so this is a big chat we had. Now, when we recorded this, I think Genazad had to go early. It was about 4 hours of recording. I don't know how long the actual thing is going to be. I don't know how much information is, but I will go over this next time. So even if this misses some of the points, like when we were doing this thing, I went so deep on a lot of topics. So there's going to be a lot of cutting room floor, but I'll try and elaborate on as many points as possible because once we had Jack on a call, anytime we spoke about anything, I wanted to go in more deep and have a discussion about it as opposed to just what we were recording. So that one is out. That should have a lot more info. So if you do think that the Hyper Talk is missing some stuff, just keep in mind, we will hopefully cover a lot of questions and elaborate more on some of the things in this one, in that thing that's going to come out tomorrow. So keep that in mind. Let's go through the Hyper Talk itself and see what it has in it. There is a new code, which I'll leave in the pinned comment. That code does give you 3 summons and an energy refill and 300,000 Etheria coin as well. So go ahead and get that one. Let's jump in and take a look what this one has.
Hey there, I'm Marcus, joining you once again to explore the latest news from Etheria Restart with Chris.
Hey guys, it's me, Chris, again, here for the 3rd episode of Hyper Talk. Can you believe it's already been a month since Etheria launched? Marcus, want to share some of the incredible milestones we've hit?
Absolutely. We've officially crossed 1.5 million downloads worldwide. Our Discord community has grown over 100,000 members who share strategies and stories daily. And the YouTube content from both players and creators has been amazing. We want to thank you for the incredible support.
But honestly, these achievements are all because of you guys. Etheria shines because of your support. Speaking of appreciation, we've got some in-game goodies for you guys. Use the code Etheria30D for some in-game rewards.
All right, let's jump into today's questions. First up, how often will Blessings Galore events last? Will there be daily attempt limits?
So we launched one of these events about 2 weeks ago, and we loved seeing everyone's enthusiasm. Your feedback has been invaluable to us. Going forward, we'll announce these events 5 days in advance on our official platforms and in-game notifications. And the good news is that there's no attempt limit. So make sure to look out for these notifications and manage your stability wisely until then.
So I'm hoping we get some more information about how often we can hopefully see the 2x drops, because they've just said, yeah, they will be coming back. We'll announce it 5 days before, but hopefully we get more info on how frequently we can expect them in that sort of sense.
Next question. Are there description errors with the Revelation Halloween shells? And is it normal that they let Freya deal explosive damage?
We did have some incorrect buff descriptions that have been fixed in recent updates.
Move my head.
As for Freya's design, this is in line with the game. You need to max her attack and crit, and then pair her with Revelation to pull it off. Sure, it looks pretty powerful, but there are matrices in the game that can work with counter strategy. We'd love to see players work together to come up with these strategies.
Honestly, Revelation's been pretty disgusting in the tournaments we've had having. Like, it is hard to overcome that thing in PvP. It is nutty. But don't nerf it in PvE. Whatever you do, it is needed in PvE. Revelation needs to stay the way it is in PvE. PvP, I don't care if it gets adjusted between seasons, but for the love of God, don't adjust PvE.
Everyone's also curious about balance updates. Will you establish regular schedule updates for these? And since D-Ting is incredibly strong right now, is he going to get nerfed?
Balance is crucial for our game, so we don't make these changes lightly. Previously, we've only fixed bugs so far that impacted the game progression. Our plan is to handle balance in between RTA seasons, so as for D-Ting, I can guarantee he'll stay powerful the entire season. He's not getting nerfed.
Can I just say, if Didden gets nerfed, that is the biggest rort ever, because he is not, they're only balancing for PvP, and he is not that good in PvP. The only reason some people may see him as like an absolute threat in PvP is because he's the unit that a lot of people have built, so he feels powerful. But once you have a wider roster, Didden ain't getting picked most games. So if he gets nerfed, I'm going to lose my mind between seasons, because that would be just a straight PvE nerf.
Never been nerfed since launch, and won't be touched throughout this whole season.
Another question. We're constantly swapping equipment during character development. In Etheria and United Front, does the game save whatever equipment you have on for these formations or not?
That's a great question. For Etheria, equipment updates in real time based on what you have on the characters currently. You'll need to manage these resources carefully to make sure that your defensive teams are running defensive gear, and etc. Early on, you might find yourself constantly borrowing modules between characters and shifting around, but as you progress, this will get a little bit easier and you'll have a greater equipment collection.
So this answer, like, I'm not a fan of this answer because it's not the problem that you don't have enough gear. It's that my Obol in Arena, for me, wants to be on the fastest set. When I use him in PvE, he wants to be on like a time weave set. So it's not the matter of having less gear. It's about characters needing different gear in different aspects. Hopefully they will give us more on that in another one. And the fact that it snapshots your gear in the Union, but it doesn't snapshot your gear on Arena defense, I think is crazy. But once again, ease up on that one. Hopefully we get more information in a later video.
United Front works a little bit differently though. It only saves the equipment from your last deployed formation. Any changes made afterward won't affect this formation. If you need to update your equipment during the layout period, make sure to re-enter your formation and confirm the layout before the phase ends.
A question about unions. What happens when a union president goes inactive, but all the other members are still active?
Let me explain how union leadership works. After creating a union, the president can't be changed for the first week. After that, they can voluntarily transfer leadership to other members. If a president stays offline for more than 30 days and there's a vice president that has been active within the last 24 hours, they can start an impeachment against the president. So leadership will then go to the most active VP with the highest contribution score.
About banner schedules. Holden and Hoyan's banner has been updated pretty quickly, but Yelly took 2 weeks. What's the plan going forward?
So in Etheria's early days, we didn't have as much Animus for diverse strategies. So in this phase, we kept banners coming a little bit more frequently. Now that we've built up the roster, we're stabilizing at 1 new banner every 3 weeks. Plus, each update brings more than just new banners, so expect new events and gameplay as well.
When they say 1 new banner every 3 weeks, I don't know if that's true. I think they would say it's probably new banners every 3 weeks because we've got 2 new characters in this trailer, in this Hyper Talk, which are going to be, I'm assuming, launching at the same time. So I believe it's going to be 3 weeks between banners, but I don't think it's going to be individual banners. It still looks like they may do the double banners, or maybe they do some that are double and some that are not. Not too sure, but just wanted to note that because we are getting what looks like a double banner straight away.
Since we're on the topic of banners, can you tease any upcoming Animus?
I was hoping you'd ask. I came prepared today. But before we dive into the details, let's take a quick look at this beautiful animated showcase. Let's watch it together.
No LD this time. We got a green and a blue unit. She's green.
深海タワーに行かずこんなところで関東だなんて。もう深海グループはルパートの手中に落ちたわ。あなた、今の自分の境遇を分かってる？
ええ、ご心配には及びません。私にも考えがあります。
奴を捕らえろ！決してあそこに近づけさせるな！
あなた方だけでですか？
She does look like a pretty nice support though. Kind of like Valerian.
存分に策を練りなさいルパート。私の運命は私が決める。あなたにはその貪欲と傲慢の代償を払ってもらいます。
I think it's Fauci. I suck at names, guys.
やっとおいでになられたのですね、裁判官先生。
Alright, so now we get into the skills here.
Wow, who's this elegant fighter? Even her combat style is so graceful and composed.
Meet Fuqiu, one of Doki Entertainment's executive vice presidents. She's a tactical hub focused on turn meter manipulation. Let's check out her skill showcase together.
And I'll do deeper videos on these guys in the future. We'll just look at the brief overview.
それぞれの立ち位置を決めるのです。探り合いはよしましょう。あなたが出す手札次第で契約の内容は決めさせていただきます。
Skill 1. Fuqiu deals damage to a single enemy and advances the action progress of 2 random allies. At the end of
The
an
action
enemy's turn,
advance is so
if
nice.
Fuqiu does not have Serenity, advances her own turn meter. If Fuqiu has Serenity, delays her own turn meter. All allies trigger Serenity at the end of their turn or when attacked, gaining turn meter increase and healing a portion of their max HP. If Fuqiu triggers Moonlit Veil, she will not gain action progress. Skill 2. Fuqiu deals damage to a single enemy 3 times based on Fuqiu's max HP. Each hit has a chance to trigger Moonlit Veil for one other allied unit, always prioritizing the ally with the lowest current HP percentage. Ultimate. Fuqiu grants all allies a shield for 2 turns based on Fuqiu's max HP, then applies Serenity to herself for 2 turns, and increase speed to other allies for 2 turns.
Fuqiu's skills and fighting styles.
Yeah, so she's one that reading her, like, because I read her earlier, and I feel like I need to really playtest her to find out exactly her interactions, but she kind of feels like a Valerian, but she puts speed buff on as well, and she has more turn gauge manipulation for the allies, plus healing on top of shielding. So it's a Valerian vibe to me, but she's one of those ones I really need to see how she interacts in game, because you know it's very wording heavy, and we know in this game sometimes the actions don't work the way the words are written. So we'll have to jump in and test her definitely to find out.
Refined. In that animation we just watched, there was another new Animus at the very end. Can you tell us a little bit about him?
Absolutely. So the other new Animus you saw is Nahor.
This dude is way
one of
more
the 3
linear.
executive justices at EOS. He treats everyone with fairness, no favoritism, no prejudice, and ready to work together with everyone to fight. Let's check out his intro PV.
公正と無視高尚な言葉ですね。そう評価されるとは光栄です。
Nahor.
固定観念にとらわれずに私を見てくれて感謝します。私たちは良い関係を築けそうですね。
Skill 1. Nahor inflicts damage on a single enemy with a chance to apply lower defense for 2 turns. Skill 2. Nahor deals
This one I just want to make note of. It's the first dispel all buffs in the game. Everything else is like on hit, like Heinrich or like dispel 2. This is the first dispel all. It's only single target, but is a dispel all buffs.
damage to a single enemy with a chance to dispel all buffs and apply block for 2 turns. Ultimate skill. Nahor deals AoE damage to all enemies with a chance to apply lower defense for 2 turns and freeze for 1 turn. Nahor's second skill completely strips an enemy's buffs while preventing them from receiving new ones through.
Yeah, so complete strip with buff block and then AoE freeze with Death Shred. So kind of like a Kraken upgrade in general. Here's the way I look at this guy. He's also got the Death Break on the basic like Kraken, except his skill 2 is the strip as opposed to the possible 2-turn freeze that Kraken has. So definite upgrade there because you got the Death Shred on the AoE, which is really nice. I think that's going to be helpful even for like Doki Doki teams, because now you've got a second, like you can bring a Death Shredder for nuke teams who also has the additional possibility to land that control to remove that, whereas otherwise you weren't having the double controller. So I think
The
definitely
block
usage
effect.
there.
This significantly reduces team pressure in challenging content, whether facing powerful bosses in PvE or during extended PvP matches. Nahor can become a decisive tactical advantage for your team.
Wow, these 2 new Animuses will join the game on July 10th.
Yeah, I'll do more on
Also,
them in
remember
the
at the
future.
end of the last Hyper Talk when we teased some new gameplay? Chris, do you have any more updates on this?
Yes, I do. So since Etheria's official launch, we've added tons of new content as seen through Guild vs Guild with United Front, boss challenges such as Cage Rumble, and various event modes. Today, I'm excited to introduce a brand new PvE mode called Dreamscape. In this game mode, hyperlinkers can use
Okay, rewards down the bottom, not too bad. We've got Current Dream, we've got the Dreams, okay.
dream keys to challenge mazes scattered
Okay, looks like going in the Shadow Sun is the legendary one, which would be more difficult, I guess. Click on the virtual figure fragments and challenge the Dream Realm. Complete 3 virtual figure fragments to directly challenge the Dream Weaver, which sounds like a boss.
Throughout the Dreamscape. These mazes contain portals leading to different
So like a
areas,
roguelike.
which each will have unique gameplay waiting to be discovered. You'll need to explore
currency in the
carefully
top
and make
right.
strategic decisions as you go. In the mazes, you'll also encounter a massive boss known as the Dreamweaver. It has 3 different elemental forms, and you can switch between them daily for a different type of challenge. The more damage you deal, the better your rewards.
Finally, Chris, any updates on the official Etheria esports events?
Okay, we'll have to wait and see that event, but it looks like one of those it looks like another one of those like harder type events depending on how hard that boss is.
Absolutely. Starting late July, we're launching the first ever exclusive EWS tournament. We'll have amazing rewards, exciting guests, legendary players, and the top 8 competitors all participating together. On top of that, players can earn exclusive tournament cosmetics like avatar frames, nameplates, card borders, and more. Don't miss out.
So EWS has way more than just competitions. There's so much more content. Everyone make sure not to miss out. Well, that wraps up this episode of Hyper Talk. Don't forget to use code Etheria30D for in-game rewards. That's all for today. See you next time.
Looking forward to seeing everyone again. Bye, guys.
And so that wraps up the Hyper Talk. Once again, the big thing this one gives is the 2 new characters. Obviously missing a few of the answers and stuff like that from this one that we were looking for. But once again, we will have that talk with Jack, which will hopefully reveal some extra answers. Honestly, I really enjoyed that chat we had. I took the chat way too long. Like I said, it took about 4 hours. But that will be coming out tomorrow, hopefully, that they said on Twitter. So we will see that one. And hopefully you guys can get a lot more info from that one. So definitely stay tuned. And I'll go over that one and I'll elaborate on more of the ramblings I had when I go ahead and we watch that video to see what they put in it. And hopefully I can elaborate more on some of the messages that me, Sean, and Genazad were trying to get across while we were having that conversation, because obviously they ain't going to make the video 4 hours long because that's just way too much. Anyway, that is going to be it for this one, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.